the camera screen. I have like 30 minutes, literally 30 minutes to do a live stream because my home-based business is doing a private Zoom. We have a virtual game changer tonight, right? Let me get the background music in. You all come in here, like and hit share. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes so YouTube can build up its algorithm, right? Let's get 2 minutes to allow YouTube to do its thing, and you use your superpowers. Hit that thumbs up. Invite more people in. Hope you are safe and sound on this Friday night. I'm just reading over a couple of articles I want to come and share with you all. And also, you all come in, hit like and hit share. We see, hold on, give me one second. We see Europe. Europe is closing again. You all, it's just a matter of time before the United States close. Europe is closing again. Again, it's just a matter of time before the United States close. Bernicia, hey, I got Bernicia in on this Friday night. Bernicia, thank you for tagging people. Thank you so much for tagging people. If you're on Facebook, tag somebody in the comment to come in, right? Tag someone in the comment. Tag someone. Hello, Cool C. Cool C is checking in from Florida. I know Bernicia is from Mississippi. Y'all, I'm trying to eat real quick. Happy Friday night to you, Princess Anne. What a beautiful avatar picture. You all hit that thumbs up again. Come in. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. And let's get situated, right? Thank you all so much on this Friday night for saying hello on this Friday night. And I'm reading some articles. Just wanted to share these with you all. I am an avid reader of what's going on a daily basis. So first breaking news is most millionaires could get a tax cut under the Democrats' new tax plan. So overall, this tax plan will increase taxes on the well-to-do, right? So they thought, but most millionaires will get a tax cut under the Democrats' reconciliation plan. No surprise to me, right? Because most people don't know this. Democrats are millionaires and they are multimillionaires at that. So about 2/3 of people making more than 1 million will see a tax cut next year going into 2022, averaging about $16,800. That's why I tell people the name of this financial game, right? The name of this financial game is tax cuts and cash flow, and also having assets, right? Also having assets in your disposal. It's not about having liabilities. It's not even about having a brick and mortar right now, right? It's about having assets, having an online digital program. Long gone are the days of brick and mortar. We are now in the era of click and order, right? Let's go. GQ, thank you for coming in and say hello. Humble Minded 111. I don't know if you all know yet, but numbers carries energy, vibration, and frequency. Numbers carries energy, vibration, frequency, and energy. Numbers, different numbers. And so the Democrats are proposing to lift 80,000 to live, proposing to live to 80,000 from 10,000, an annual cap on tax on state and your local tax deductions. And again, you all, I've been saying this, that we know that January 1st is going to bring about some changes in the tax brackets, and also more openly professing of monitoring your bank accounts. Even though they've been monitoring for years, they're going to openly tell you that your bank account is being monitored, and new rules and regulations are going to be added um, by this. And so, according to this article, we can do this by limiting the universe of taxpayers. I'm gonna show you all this. Let me share the screen again. Oh my God, Jordan! Speaking of, and you are just my voice is you all don't know, now you know I coach girls basketball, and we had a game last night, so I'm using my coaching voice a lot now, and so my voice may be a little sound weak and raspy on my live streams. That's why. And shout out to my basketball girls. I call them my daughters when I'm working with them. Sometimes they actually watch me and they tell me, they said, Coach, we know about angel numbers too, right? And so Jordan, thank you, Jordan. Thank you for the 49.99 super chat. We know 999 is divine completeness. It is divine finalization of a thing, as Jesus died at the ninth hour. And Jordan, I'm going to share this for you. I was just reading this in the book, and I want to share this because Jordan gave a super chat. You all know that often numbers, because again, numbers carries frequency, energy, and vibrations. Every assigned numbers can, once you give it to the person that's giving you the revelation, the information, the knowledge on it, can bring about breakthroughs and blessings for you. And Jordan, I want to read this. Man receives only that which he gives, right? Man receives only that in which he gives. Many people have it twisted. They think that God should give to the needy, and that's not true. God gives to the greedy, right? God gives to the greedy. He doesn't give to the needy. And let me gloss my lips up. May look a little dry. So what people don't understand is they think because they have a need that God is supposed to just supply their need. That's not how the infinite God works. He gives to the greedy and not the needy. He gives to those who will get out and grind, those who will take action. The Bible says faith without corresponding action is dead. Those who give to those persons or those spiritual mentors in their lives who are giving to them, right? And so a man or woman can only receive, let me fix my mic, only that which he gives. This is what people don't understand. You cannot, you cannot, for example, this might not be right, but I just want to make sure it's right. Okay, you cannot go to the soil and demand crops or harvest for a seed you have not planted. As my kings are coming in strong tonight. Travaris is coming in with the 5312. Travaris, I remember that from the last live stream, and we will elaborate right on that. But a man only, a woman only receives only what he or she gives. The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Now, you all know I coach. I love teaching about not only the game of sports, but about the game of life. And the game of life is a game of boomerang, right? It's a game of boomerangs. Your thoughts, your deeds, your words return to you sooner or later with astounding accuracy. This is often called the law of karma, right? Which means to have a comeback. Whatsoever, the Bible says, whatsoever a man sows, that shall he or she also reap. You sow money, you reap money. You sow love, you reap love. You sow kindness, you reap kindness, right? For example, a friend told me their story of herself illustrating this law, right? And this law is, she said, I will make all of my karma on my aunt or aunt. Whatever I say to her, someone says to me. I am often irritable at home. And one day I said to my aunt who was talking to me during dinner, no more talk. I wish to eat in peace. She said to her aunt, no more talking. I want to eat in peace. And she said the following day I was lunching with a woman whom I wished to make great, who I wanted to make a great impression with. I was talking animatedly when she said, no more talk, I wish to eat in peace, right? Your karma returns to you much more quickly than to the one or the person on the mental plane. Whatever you wish to receive in life, that is that which you must give. And also, this stood out to me too in this book, right? Jordan giving a second 49. He says Buffett's stock market is a mechanism to transfer money from the impatient. Jordan, guess what? I'm going to talk about XRP. So the more a man knows, right, much more quickly does their life boomerang back to them. So the more that you know, as the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. The more that you know, the more you are responsible for. And a person with a knowledge of spiritual law, whatever you do not practice, you will suffer greatly in consequence. Because the fear of the Lord, the fear of law, the fear of the Lord, the fear of law, right, is the beginning of wisdom. So if you read the word of the Lord, which is, you can also substitute for law, it will make many passages in the Bible much clearer. So when you're reading the Bible, for example, if you will substitute the word Lord for law, you will understand, right? You will understand. And so for Travarius and Jordan, if you all are not noticing, most people that are givers are high income earners. This is why the Bible said it's more blessed to give, right, than to receive. So let me put, this is my email. Let me put this article up. It is much more, because if you are a giver, that means you have it to give. If you are a receiver, that means more than likely you are in need of acceptance of something, right? And so with this being said, Jordan and Travarius, I'm also going to go over the number 49 before I end this live stream. But Jordan, you said it right on point. 2 cryptocurrencies to buy, right, for the long haul. And guess what? ADA, Cardano, and Ripple XRP is mentioned here. Long-term investors should bet on cryptocurrency that focus on fundamentals instead of hype. And Cardano and Ripple XRP offer these use cases. So while blockchain technology is still far from mainstream, right? I'm not saying that XRP is going to hit in 2022. It is far from mainstream, but it will happen. It will happen, and it would definitely happen once this currency system is more established, right? So XRP is an adoption of use cases of decentralized application, and guess what? Cross-border payments by central banks. So we see Cardano up over 1,000% return this year alone, people. 1,000% return. Renisha, we're not even gonna go there, right? I'm highlighting everyone that's saying hello. So thank you for coming in and saying hello. I see you. And so over 1,000% return, people with a market cap of 67 billion. It is the sixth largest cryptocurrency on this earth. And it had a great run in 2021. And guess what? It's going to have continuous growth. And what I'm going to share in my conference, 111 Millionaire Moves, this is what I'm going to break down in the conference, is that I'm going to show you the 4 cryptocurrencies behind the scene, and registration for this ends tomorrow. So if you're not registered, register. It will be all virtual, meaning it will be all live streaming online. Our registration will end tomorrow, the 13th, if you're not registered, right? Go to the website 1111millionairemoves.com. But I'm going to show you the 4 cryptocurrencies that's on the Economist magazine cover for the global financial system. And so, unlike Bitcoin, which is designed to function as a store of value, which is also known as digital gold, Cardano allows users to create a complex, decentralized application that's also known as dApps. So they are self-executing programs that allow users to interact with the blockchain without using a centralized intermediary, which means like a middleman or banks. So they also include digital art, right? And ADA, right, they have so much room because they help boost the security and the discoverability of decentralized applications, right? Now it's not the only public blockchain that offers that, but crypto isn't a zero sum type game, right? As I read in the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. These other 2 assets that offer this are Ether, Ethereum, and Solana. And guess what? All of the 3, Cardano is $2 right now and 6 cents. They can coexist without exiting out each other or killing one another, right? So you got Solana sold, that's about $200 right now, and Ether at 4,800, right? So right now, when you dollar cost average, Cardano, Travari is coming in with the 1111. He says ISO 222. Thank you. And I'm going to say my affirmations over you all. And he's saying ISO 222 compliant tokens. Yes, as well. Cardano and XRP. And so XRP is also a blockchain network with cross-border transaction as well, right? And right now it's the 7th largest cryptocurrency, and market cap is about 55 billion. And it solves real world problems in the payment industry among central banks. And it's globalized. And it's needed to connect financially these central banks, which will then transition or trickle down to peer-to-peer. So it is low transaction, right? It is less than a penny. And guess what? It instant transfer times. It is speed and efficiency all in one. So if you did like a traditional bank transfer, for example, it would take almost 5 working days. So now technically, not all of your cryptocurrencies can be used for cross-border payments, but Ripple's XRP competitive edge comes from that it has high transition capacity of $1,500 per second, where Bitcoin has about um, 1,500 per second, whereas Bitcoin has about 4.6 per second, right? 1,500 per second compared to 4.6. So more than 100 people, financial institutions have already partnered with XRP, including institutions like Santander, American Express. So they help companies transfer monies, not just central banks, over 55 countries and 120 currency pairs, right? To use XRP for their liquidity. So these are definitely things that you, in my opinion, if you already have Bitcoin and Ether, Cardano, and XRP, that you definitely keep for the long haul, right? Um, Selena just signed up for the home based business. Welcome. I will be sending you a welcome text when I finish this live stream, right? It's like my skin is glowing. Welcome aboard. I think I just got that text for you, right? Jordan says, Jordan and Travaris, you all are just giving tonight. This is Jordan third, $49.99 super chat. And Travaris is gave. I was just listening to Travaris about the 1111 portal today. About the 1111 portal and how the 1111 is a gateway and what the Bible describes as Jacob's ladder. And how 1111, let me see if I can pull that up, right? It's a portal between your DNA and the spiritual and natural world. Let me see if it's just a gateway between your spiritual and natural world. It is communication with you. It is a sign and a signal. It's leading a ladder leading into heaven and during Jacob's flight from his brother Esau. This is Genesis 28. And Jacob had a dream that he saw a stairway resting on earth with its top reaching to heaven. And the angels were ascending and descending on this. And I tell people all the time, 1111, right? Let me show you this. Let me show you this to Jordan and Travarius, right? Because the blessing only applies to people that give into it. And another thing, Jordan said his XRP wallet is at 27K. Oh my God, Jordan, listen, I was just listening to something for our live stream about why people should buy more VeChain. XLM2, which is peer-to-peer, which would be the people's currency system. XRP would be the banks and big institutions, again, like Santander, American Express, central banks. XLM would be that peer-to-peer. And Jordan and Travaris, you all, I tell people all the time that they definitely need to increase their buying power for cryptocurrencies because people, you are getting in at groundbreaking record. Every extra, and I'm not your financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. But if you never NWA, if you never want to work again, if you want to be NBA, never broke again, I promise you, this is the cheapest asset that will bring you the greatest return that you ever had. And you can see real generational wealth and real wealth in this lifetime. that you may have 99 problems, but money won't be one. And as Jordan said, he has tax shelters as well, right? And he said that Buffett also said that the stock market is a mechanism to transfer money from the from the impatient to the patient, XRP. It's a mechanism to transfer money from the impatient people to the patient. And also Jordan said he made 136K this year from trucking, 1099 income, no plans for paying taxes. Jordan, and you don't have to give a super chat for this, but what plans do you have in place? What tax shelter do you have in place not to pay taxes, if you don't mind sharing it? And so the 1111 portal, and you look at Genesis 28 and 11, 8 plus 2 is 10. It says when he reached a certain place, he stopped for the night because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones there, he put it under his head and he laid down to sleep. It's so important of getting sleep if you can at the sunset, because the earth does a flip-flop in the earth system. Dick Gregory talked about this, right? He discussed this. And you get downloads from heaven by using that sleep mechanism. And the Bible gives you clues and gives you mysteries that tell you this. And he had a dream. See, this is when you get in that lucid dream state, in which he saw a stairway resting on earth with its top reaching to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending. There above it stood the Lord, or stood the law. And he said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham, and the God of Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the land which you are laying on or lying on. Your descendants will be like the dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west, the east, the north, and to the south. Number 4 is prophetic for what will happen in the earth realm. And all of the peoples on the earth will be blessed through your offspring. I am with you, and I will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. 11:11 open up the gateways to heaven and the promises. And Jordan, Jordan, the number 49 is 7 times 7. And 7 biblically is a perfect numeral number that represents spiritual perfection. Peter, for example, asked Jesus, how many times should I forgive a person who has sinned against me or done me wrong? And he suggested that forgiving someone 7 times seems fairly generous enough, right? The Lord's response, however, was, I do not say to you until 7 times, but until 70 times 7, right? Which is 49 times 10. This is in Matthew 18, right? Or 490 times. And you're not supposed to limit yourself, people, in regards to forgiveness or mercy. You are required to have unlimited forgiveness. Why, Queen? Why? Because once you demonstrate 490 or 49 times 10 or 70 times 70, unlimited forgiveness brings unlimited blessings. That was good. Unlimited forgiveness brings unlimited blessings. And then you have Pentecost. The Pentecost is 50 years, just like Jubilee is 50 years of freedom, of relief out of bondage. And you began Jubilee by counting 7 complete weeks, 49 days totally, starting with the Spring Fest season, right? The day after the perfect cycle of days, again, the number 7 is considered to be perfection. So after 49 perfect cycle of days, it is the 50th day, which is designated a holy convocation before God. No work is to be done. We are entering a Shemitah, which is the end of its 7th year. And when you give people special offerings to God in a Shemitah year, in a recession, to your spiritual leaders who are giving you spiritual work, you then are you're made to God thankfulness and blessings. And this is from a harvest week. This is Exodus 34 and double 22, which is 4 plus 3 is 7. So Pentecost was kept by the New Testament. 50th is a special day of rejoicing, just like Jubilee in the Old Testament. And guess what? It is when God keep his promise. But it begins after 7 complete weeks. And the Shemitah begins after 7 years. Jordan gave the 49.99 super chat as well. So 7 times 7 means unlimited forgiveness, unlimited blessings, a proclamation of a year-long period. Again, Jubilee year, 7 sets of 7 years mean 49 total. People, we are entering a Jubilee year. And the 50th year also represents the Feast of Atonement, proclaimed with the trumpet, just like in Joshua 6, the 7 trumpet, the 7 priests, and they marched around the wall of Jericho 7 times. And oftentimes, people, we have to march around our same Jericho, like as they marched one day for 6 times, because we won't let go of the little we have so God can make it a lot. And a lot of times we won't let go of unforgiveness as well. Let me adjust this. I don't want to make it crooked though. Okay, maybe that's a little better. And so Joy says, write off up to 40K, 529 college plan contributions for his daughter. That is great. And plus a small business, which you can defer taxes to next year. That is wonderful, Jordan. And that's why I have people in my home-based business as well, because it gives them 470 tax deductions, Jordan. And like with your daughter, I don't know if you're married, but let's just say for sake of conversation, if you were not married, you were paying child support, right? Or if you are married, right? If you are married, you and your wife, up to $12,000 with the home-based business, cannot give your daughter allowances, but you can give up to deductions. And also, I will not take profits right now. I mean, if you need the money, go ahead, but I will not take profits, because you're taking profits. If you're not taking profits to, the only thing I would take profits for in cryptocurrency is to get into real estate. And I have to find a great real estate deal to do that, because real estate, vehicles, everything is overpriced right now. We're in inflation. So if you're taking profits to convert it back into cash, you're converting it back into a depreciating asset that will soon bankrupt. And taking out of an asset, again, this video title is Cryptocurrencies to Keep for the Long Haul, right? And so back to Jordan. If you're married, you and your wife, instead of giving your daughter allowances, can claim up to $12,000. You create a bank account, custodial account for your child, your daughter, or your children. Or if you're a single man and you're paying child support, that child support, structured correctly in the home-based business, can be tax deductible as well, right? So that those are very smart moves that you are making financially. The rich and wealthy people know how to save and grow their money and keep the money that they're making. And they understand the importance of assets versus liabilities. And they understand the importance that cryptocurrencies are assets, that if you convert it back into the dollar system, you're converting it back into a depreciating dollar that's losing value by the day, right? The last thing, the number 49 in prophecy. Daniel in the Bible had 70 weeks of prophecy, 70 weeks. This is Daniel chapter 9. And but it was divided into 3 periods. So the 7 weeks, which are 49 days, then 62 weeks, which is 434 days, and then 1 week, which is 7 days. So this is the overview of Daniel's entire prophetic time of 70 weeks. So 70 weeks are decreed upon people, and his holy city, right, to finish the transgression and to make an end of sin. So 70 weeks, people, is unlimited forgiveness and unlimited blessings. It is the completion of each 49-year time cycle, and it marks a period of freedom, liberty, and rejoicing. That's good. And I'm late for my private Zoom, right? I'm late for my private Zoom. And so let me yes, H bar. I do. I'm not gonna argue with you on H bar. Right. But again, the Democrats' plan is now catered to millionaires, which I always knew it would be. As we have high gas prices that the media is saying is largely out of control. And they're even saying that it's out of Biden's control. And so when you talk about, even if crypto take a large dip, and this is what people don't understand. I'm trying to save my gains, but every time you convert crypto back into cash, you lose your quantity and you lose your future gains that you would have had. And so US gas prices, but most people have to sell their crypto back into cash because they don't have enough cash flow. And they don't have financial education, and they don't understand once they do that, they're going to get taxed 30 to 40% as well on that transaction. So US gas prices is, listen, Jordan, the number 7 again. 49, 7 times 7. Right? 7 times 7. And so the highest has been is 7 years. They just let you know it is time. It is the resetting year. And it says Biden has blamed Republicans and opponents for the price hikes. And people, we're going to have higher gas prices going into the winter and the fall. We're having a shortages on, our everyday goods and services of produce that we can get shipped in, which is going to affect now the school system as well. Right? Jordan says a 529 college plan lets you put money in college saving for your kid. You can write it off. Yeah, but I really didn't like that. I didn't really like that because, number one, it was only a certain amount of colleges that, let me see, that would, like me. I told my daughter, if you want to go to college, I much prefer for her to be an entrepreneur, right? I much prefer for her to learn the money game and be an entrepreneur than to get that formal education, because formal education does not teach financial education, right? However, if she wants to specialize in something, this is what the Jews teach their children. If you want to specialize, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, you need that specialist degree, engineer, science, engineering, math, science, technology, engineering, or math, right? IT, then you'll need that formal education. But it can only, one way, for example, that I saved a whole lot is I funneled my daughter into community college first because it was much cheaper for her to get those Same basic college classes at community college level than university. And then let's go to the university and get your, in other words, it was cheaper for her to get those prerequisites at community college. So we got that cash free, no student loan debt. And now you go to college and university and pay for your core areas, right? But I did not want that money in that 529. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with your plan, but I didn't want the money into the 529 if she decided to say, Mom, I want to be an entrepreneur like you. I am an entrepreneur and I have a job, so I'm not against. But that money in the 529 can only be allocated to that. And Jordan, even the 1999, the number 19 is combining of the number 10 and 9. And that usually means God's perfect order regards to judgment in the Bible. The names of Job and Eve, for example, if you substitute those letters for numbers, right? Let me see if I can pull up gematria. It equals 19. It equals 19. So one thing, or Job equals 9 exactly. And Eve, and this is have to be in the Hebrew, text or technology, right? So if you substitute those letters for numbers, it would equal up to 19. And so it means God's perfect order, right? And judgment. And as Eve was judged for her decision, and Job, even though Job's 1 and 10 says God will put a shield of protection around you, he went through a judgment period as well as Satan tested him, or the yin and the yang spirit tested him, right? And so Jesus, Mary, of the names frequently mentioned in the Bible for women, Mary, Jesus' mother, is listed exactly 19 times, right? 19 times. And so the number 19, right, is also prophecy and God's judgment in the Bible. It is a prophetic number, as the angels told Mary, you shall bring forth a son and they shall call his name Jesus, right? And Mary told the workers at the wedding, in 3 days, whatever Jesus tell you to do, just do it. It's prophetic of what will happen. Mary name mentioned 19 times. So I really wasn't a fan of 529 because I'm like, what if my daughter told me at 21 she wants to be an entrepreneur, which may not require formal education? And, what if my strategy was different? But you may have already discussed this with your daughter. And then the returns on it, as far as it's not building interest or anything for the time span that you have to hold your money in there. That just, I was like, I can get in the home-based business for $228, right? And get 470 tax deductions and get a higher return on my investment with more tax strategies than the 529. And again, I'm not against the 529. I think you are definitely making keen moves. I applaud you for what you're doing and being a visionary for your daughter, right? But I just came to do this quick live stream. Thank you so much for the Kings, Jordan and Travarius, for the super chats that they have given. And the number 8 is the breaking down of an old to build a new thing, right? And guess what? The law obeys the man, since it's only men given, right? The law obeys the man that obeys the law, right? Okay, Joy, he said he maxed out his super chat, but his daughter, okay, and she's 6. All right. Well, then you are right on it. She already knows she want to be. Listen, I love a woman architect. I love the movie, for example, Hidden Fig. It's not a movie, but I love hidden figures that reveal to the women that are in architectural and numbers and science and technology and engineering and math. I believe and I profess that all of your super chats will keep her covered. So, as the number 19 represents prophecy, she will be a great woman in the Bible, as Mary's name is mentioned 19 times as well. So, infinite spirit, infinite God, protect Jordan Travarius and Jordan's daughter. Put a wall of protection around them as kings that they are, and their family and their loved ones. And open the way right now as 1111 opens the gateway. As it opens the gateway, open the way right now for their immediate supply and let all that is theirs reach them by divine right now, and great avalanches of abundance. And if there is anything else that they need to know, any path, any prosperity connection they need to connect with, give them a divine answer and divine direction right now and divine clues, so that all that is theirs, all that the 1111 portal has for them, comes to them right now by the infinite wisdom, infinite love, and infinite spirit of an infinite and powerful God. You all, I'm signing out. I'm late for my home-based business. Welcome my new business partner as well, my new prosperity partner, Selena. I'm about to send you a text right now. She just signed up for the home-based business. I'm signing out. Thank you all again. Jordan, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Travarius. And again, I pray that that reaches you in divine right with good to all that is concerned. I'm signing out, you all. God bless you. Know that cryptocurrency is a new currency system. And if I was you, I would do everything in my right to hold on it for dear life with diamond hands, right? As they say, versus converting it back into the cash system. Again, the last day to register for the Millionaire Moves Cash to Crypto Conference, How to Be Rich in a Recession, is tomorrow, the 13th. Good night, you all. Queen out. Be blessed.